Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day?
Hello everyone, my name is Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is August 17th, 2025. And today I would like to continue on what we looked at yesterday. Essentially, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin on the smaller time frames as well as the TOTAL3 and Bitcoin dominance to see what's the likely next move, right? So we've already done the high time frame analysis. We've already established our bias. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please refer to the previous few episodes. But now I want to look really small time frame intraday. What's likely happening and what level should we be looking out for this trade thesis in the immediate short term to make sense or to play out? So if that all sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get into it. So Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. All right, first thing, we're still in this right here, this important channel. All right, and this is a 3+ day channel, I believe. Let's see. Yep, it's a 3-day channel. So this channel is very important because this essentially dictates whether or not Bitcoin does something like this, regains support on this level, this 30+ day level, very important level, and breaks back up, which is, let me not gaslight anybody or pretend that I'm not exactly, like, I've never seen anything like that. I want you to consider what that would look like, okay? You would essentially be looking at something like this. That doesn't look bullish. Okay, I kind of finished it out, but sorry. You'd be looking at something like this. When have you seen anything like that, even close to like that? You don't get bullish retests that look like that. Okay, the bullish retest, when you have, right, this kind of flat corrective move, you get immediate buy up, you get immediate reaction on the level of supply. You don't get this tawdry, very slow moving consolidation that we've experienced for the past few days. So let me just put it out there. Like, for me, in my experience, to my eye, this does not look good. It looks like a swing failure pattern in play. Okay, the question is, how exactly is it going to play out? What levels are you looking for? But probabilistically, it's very bearish, not very bullish. Okay, so let's go back and let's just zoom in to that 3-day channel here. Okay, so yesterday we talked about this 3-day channel and we said it was really important because if Bitcoin was bullish, what you would see is the 3-day channel somehow regain the top part of the channel, okay, which it has, and then test the previous resistance of the midline as support. Okay, so if you're bullish, you're, let's say, halfway there because you've gone above the midline, and now what you're looking for is a retest down here, not over here. Okay, very important, and obviously this is all assuming that we've drawn the channel well, and I just don't know how else to draw this channel if not like this. This is clearly the resistance, this is clearly the support, so this is the midline. So I would wait for this to be bullish, okay? But right now, it's still looking quite bearish. Even though we've regained the top of the channel, the idea is that every channel breaks bearishly from the top first. then comes down, and then retests the midline, and then loses the channel. Okay, so that's the idea. Just because you got to the top of the channel doesn't mean you've won. Actually, what you want to see if you're bullish is you come down to the bottom of the channel, you break up all the way to the top with relative strength, you go back to the midline, and then you pop out. Okay, so the idea that this is bullish, given that we've pretty much struggled all the way back up to the top, is not very convincing to me. So that's the small time frame analysis, really. Like, we're still focused on this 3-day channel. This is where all the action's happening. Action, if you want to call it that. It's really sideways price action, very characteristic of weekend, consolidation. But the weekend in crypto, even though the market's open, is also great, just like in traditional markets, for trying to gauge the next big move at week's open. And right now, we have a few hours until the pre-market trading starts for the new week. So we should see something come about here. All right, so that's the really small time frame look, just focusing on that 3-day channel. Now, let's say we were bullish. Again, the idea is you would want to come back down to this level, find great strength. I mean, not just like come down and hang out. Like, you want to touch it and then pop out. That's the bullish thesis. If you're bearish, okay, which I am, this is what you're looking for. A loss of this top and actually a complete break of the structure. And then a retracement back to the midline, because channels break completely from the midline. Even if you dip below, it's not a complete break until you retest the midline. So for me, what I'm expecting, I don't know, but what I'm expecting is a test of 115 in the immediate short term. I'm expecting Bitcoin to do something like this. Okay, again, this is small time frame price analysis. This is not anything that you should sign your house over on. It's speculative, and it's informed, but it's still quite speculative, right? It doesn't, again, and I repeat this a million times, it doesn't amount or equate to the confidence that you can glean, develop from a high time frame read, okay? But essentially, this is what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. Okay, so let's take this 3-day channel. Let's move it out a little bit. I'm seeing something like this. A break of the channel, retest of the channel's midline, and then another break, and obviously you have to retest the bottom of the channel. So that let's redraw that really quickly. So it's going to look something like this. If it breaks bearishly, okay, which I think it will. Look something like this. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin in the immediate short term. And that's the kind of volatility that I'm expecting in the market, given the indications on the price action. Also, you can see here, the stochastic RSI momentum indicator is crossed bearishly on the 4-hourly time frame. It's likely that all this work to get to the top of this 3-day channel, it took pretty much all weekend, right, to get to the top. It's one of those rising wedges, so it's a bearish pattern if you really think about it. It's not really bullish because it wasn't formed with much strength. So it's kind of a slow matriculation up and to the right. Those typically break down. And so this is what this indicator is suggesting as well. So that's what I'm seeing in the Bitcoin chart on the small time frame. Let's have a look at what altcoins and Bitcoin dominance are saying. So Bitcoin dominance first. So last we checked, Bitcoin dominance is doing a sort of consolidation. Well, not sort of consolidation, is likely in consolidation at the bottom of a high time frame channel. If you don't know, if you've never seen my work before, if you've never watched me before, you don't really know how high time frame this is. I'm not going to zoom out for the purposes of trying to keep this analysis brief, but this is 760 days of support right here. Okay, so you're pretty much on 760 days of support, and here on the small time frame you can see a series of consolidations. Last we spoke, we were here at the midline. We were thinking maybe we get the midline of this channel and move up from here, but we broke down from it, but we're still within the confines of this accumulation channel, or what I'm assuming is an accumulation channel or a consolidation channel. Let's just call it that. So if this consolidation channel turns out to be an accumulation channel, you will see Bitcoin dominance pop up and down. So actually, you probably see something like this, right? All the way up and all the way down, because not all the way down, but back down, retesting that midline as support, because you cannot break a channel without retesting the midline. So this is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin dominance. I'm seeing a big move up and then a small move down, retesting the midline, and then a continuation up like that. All right, and that's just playing to, or keeping with the high time frame analysis that says 760 days of support will play out. 760 days of support will prove to be support still. So that's what I'm seeing with Bitcoin dominance. So that lends once again to our bearish thesis with Bitcoin. And last but not least, look at altcoins. And I think this is maybe the most convincing of all of the charts. So altcoins in general will follow Bitcoin, okay? And what you can see here on the altcoin chart is you're pretty much at previous resistance, okay? So I'm zooming out on the 4-hourly time frame, compare apples to apples, and you can see these levels right here are resistance. And so you've been here before, many times before. It is significant resistance because you're talking about a month's worth of resistance, okay? So a month's worth of resistance, and you're trying to break out, and both times, so first time you put in this head and shoulders bearish reversal pattern, you break down from it, and you try again, and now you're forming once again another bearish reversal pattern, head and shoulders pattern. So it's likely you're going to form a double top in altcoins, right? This is a total 3, by the way, for those of you who don't know. This chart represents all altcoins in crypto minus Ethereum, okay? So it's a good summary, good description of what's going on in the altcoin space. So right now you're in this bearish reversal pattern, you're forming the right shoulder, you're likely going to get that right shoulder complete. So that's the next move I'm looking for. And if this indeed is a bearish reversal pattern, head and shoulders, what you're going to get is the breakdown, retest, and then breakdown. So again, once again, another chart indicates we're likely going to experience a breakdown in the immediate short term, a retest of an important neckline, and then a continuation. So Bitcoin's telling us that, the total 3 is telling us that, Bitcoin dominance is telling us that. So my immediate short-term view on the cryptocurrency space is that once again, going into the new week of trading, we're likely to experience a breakdown, a retest, a quick retest of an important support turn resistance, and then further breakdown. So that's what I'm seeing. That's why I'm seeing it. Guys, if you found value, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Consider donation or tip via Litecoin, Cash App, Venmo, all at the pinned comment below, and consider my crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation service for serious investors and traders looking to invest in, you know, a number of altcoins. I give you levels where you can buy and sell to maximize your portfolio during the bull run. So that you can sign up to at the pinned comment below. And if you're only interested in just one analysis from me for any particular chart, any particular asset, a commodity, it doesn't necessarily even need to be crypto. I have a single asset analysis service that just launched. That's $120. Make the payment. The payment details are in the pinned comment below, and I will have the chart or a recording of the analysis back to you within 24 hours. So that's all at the pinned comment below. And last but not least, BTCC, the exchange partner, has a deal right now where you get 10% cash back on your initial deposit. So if you're a new member to BTCC, new user of that exchange, you make a deposit of at least 500 USDT or the equivalent. You wait a week after making a trade, you will get 10% back on whatever deposit you've made. And the maximum return you can get is 10,000 US dollars. 10,000 USDT, sorry. All at the pinned comment below. Sign up all down there. All right, guys, take care. Thanks. Bye.
I vocalize, too deep to localize, even when I'm right on the surface. You act surprised how I work this, but I can't lie. Many a good alibi. I'll catch you later. Visions are vividly enhanced with emphasis and amethyst to develop morale advantages which help us manifest. Magnanimous, we body vitals like evangelists. So listen when you're dealing with people who be revealing premonitions with precision. At least that's what I'm aiming at for now. I speak the language of the world, meandering throughout the crowd. Used to feel safe to say anything, but now it's a risk. It's hard for me to let go when all I can do is reminisce. Gone like the wind, here's where I begin. Should I smile or should I grin what's happening? Gone like the wind.